Well, a lot of my work stems from the fact that I'm still living where I lived as a child, so that I have my experiences as a child. I also have my experiences as a father. So those tied together. I was brought up at the foot of the rock. I now live in a large house on the top of the rock. So I'm back in a very small geographical area. And the model of my life, both as child and adult, incidents that have happened in and around this place, translated into my books. My books nearly all come from something or other that has happened here. The very easiest example of this actually is a book we did called The Big, Big Sea, which is based on the fact that I live at the foot of the mountains of Moher, and I'm looking out from my window beyond you, which you can't see, at the Big, Big Sea. So as a child, my mother would take me onto the beach at night to look at the sea. And I, in turn, did this to my own 3 children. So that became, am I allowed to read you a book? It's probably the easiest way to do it. You won't be able to see the pictures, but Mum said, let's go. So we went out of the house and into the dark, and I saw the moon. We went over the field and under the fence, and I saw the sea in the moonlight waiting for me. When I ran and Mum ran, we ran and we ran straight through the puddles and out to the sea. I went right into the shiny bit. It was only me in the big, big sea. I splashed and I laughed. Mum came after me. We paddled out deep in the water. We got all wet. Then we walked a bit more by the edge of the sea, where our feet made big holes in the sand. Far, far away, right round the bay, with the town and the lights in the mountains. We felt very small, Mum and me. We didn't go to the town, we just stayed for a while by the sea. And Mum said to me, remember this time, it's the way life should be. I got scolded and Mum carried me all the way back. We sat by the fire, Mum and me, and hot buttered toast, and I went to sleep on her knee. I'll always remember just Mum and me on the night that we walked by the big, big sea. It's a sort of infection that has come to me. That book actually was 7 years in the creation. And at one stage, it was a part of a novel. At another stage, it was a short story. And it all featured around a relative of mine who used to come to Newcastle, which we are on a seafront. There's a big wide beach. The wind blows very hard in the winter. And we live in an old house. We would hide up behind the shutters while the wind is blowing around the house. And this girl used to go out on the beach with long black hair and walk along being completely frozen and completely abused when she came back to the house. But she was bringing her daughter to the house for the first time. And I got onto the idea of a woman coming to a place that had meant something to her that wouldn't be clear to the child, but that mattered very much to her, and trying to connect the places up.